Good afternoon. Welcome to a sixth edition of Sports Business Thoughts. With it being March, obviously the big event this weekend was the March Madness tournament. This is the college tournament that 64 basketball programs get invited to, and is basically the pinnacle of college basketball. So without really diving too much into the sport, I know there was a lot of upsets. The first time that a one seed has ever lost in the first round, which is pretty unique, as well as not one of the top four teams making it into the Sweet 16 out of one section of the bracket, which was pretty unique. So there's been a lot of upsets this year. But one thing that I think the NCAA is not capitalizing on here is selling the tournament. There's not a lot of key sponsors that you see in charge of, or putting a title on the NCAA tournament. The College National Championship football game is hosted by Dr. Pepper, which I'm sure brings in a lot of revenue and helps out the NCAA as far as sponsorship money. But we're not seeing that in the basketball tournament. And so maybe a different spin that they could do is there are four different divisions of the bracket where there's 1 through 16 seeds in each of the four sections, and instead of using north, south, east, west, or whatever it is they're using, something such four different sponsors to kind of come in and we could have a Dr. Pepper bracket, or the Tide bracket, or the Geico bracket. Something like that, something that the NCAA could try and sell to market the tournament a little bit more, and try and generate a little bit more revenue. Maybe it's their plan to, keep their sponsors out of it, and keep it more organic. But, this is a business and everyone's looking to exploit their product somehow. And so the tournament would be greatly benefited from more sponsors and more big name players involved in it. So that's all I have for this week. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.